Good morning, everyone. I, Pratika Angiris, welcome our dear Principal, Mrs. Revati Srinivasan, Vice Principals, Mrs. Kanchan Mala Chabukswar, and Mrs. Gladys Cabral, Section Head, Senior Coordinators, Teachers, Parents, Grandparents, and my fellow Salonians to the virtual Anweshan 2020. As it is rightly said by John Herrer, that every brilliant experiment, like every great work of art, starts with an act of imagination. Science is an elixir of life, and Anweshan is one such platform where students can share their ideas and collectively galvanize those ideas to bring something innovative into implementation. Science embedded with creativity has always played a vital role in enhancing the interest of the students. These budding scientists may later be trained as proficient inventors for the growth of the society, nation, and mankind. So let us unveil the miracles of science through the innovative inventions of the Salonians.
Hello friends, I Charlie Mathur from Standard 6G will show an experiment about presence of stomata in a leaf. But before we start our experiment, let us discuss what is a stomata. Stomata are small pores that are present in the leaf. They exchange gases from the environment for photosynthesis. But what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process in which plants take carbon dioxide along with water and sunlight to prepare food. So, let's start our experiment. Our apparatus is hot boiling water, a beaker or a mug, and a freshly plugged leaf. Experiment. Take hot boiling water and pour it in a beaker or a mug, and then take a freshly plugged leaf. Put the leaf in the water and then observe the water. Observation. As in this case, you can see bubbles coming in the water. That means stomata is present in the leaf. And when you don't see bubbles coming in the water, that means stomata is not present in the leaf. Conclusion. When you see bubbles coming in the water, that means stomata is present in the leaf and they are exchanging gases. And when you don't see bubbles coming in the water, that means stomata is not present in the leaf and they are not exchanging gases from the environment. I hope you enjoyed in this experiment. Thank you.
Today we are going to make a lava lamp. So take your water, put it inside the test tube. Put your food coloring and add to the water. Take your oil and put it inside the test tube. You can see that the oil is floating on top of the water as the water is denser than the oil. Take your fish powder or fish tablet, add it to the test tube. You can see that it is slowly coming down. The carbon dioxide bubbles will rise and come down. Thank you.
Hello ma'am, my name is Shravani Surve and I am gonna show you science experiment of hard water and soft water. This is glass A contains salty water and this is glass B contains pure water. Now I am gonna put little detergent in both of them. gonna shake them by one. So ma'am, as you can see, the glass A has little ladder formed and the glass B has very large ladder. Then this proves that this is hard water and this is soft water. Hard water is very harmful for our health and soft water is useful for health. Thank you.
Hello, my respected teachers and my dear friends. Today we are going to make a simple thermometer as it is very essential during times of this pandemic. So for this activity, you will need a clear water bottle, some paint or food coloring, a plastic straw, modeling clay, and apart from this, you will also need a tub full of boiling hot water and cold water. So let's begin. First, you need to make a hole in the cap of your bottle so that the straw can fit in. As you can see, this is airtight and there is no space for air to come in. Now, for the real magic to begin, we have to put it in boiling hot water. Now, as you can see, the temperature is rising. And this is the 100 degrees Celsius, which is the highest temperature. Now, we have to put it in cold water. Now, as the milk immerses this bottle in cold water, we can see the temperature is decreasing. Thus, the liquid is slowing down and is reached to 0 degrees Celsius. Thank you and hope you enjoy making this homemade thermometer at home.
Hello everyone, my name is Yahida Sachineri. My instrument is a mini table fan with bulb. It works without electricity. The things which are used, they are motor, cardboard, bulb, battery, switch and action sticks. It needs very small space and also we can carry it wherever we want to. When a single person wants to use a fan or a light, it is a best product as it saves electricity. So come, let's see how it works. We press this button and it's on. And it starts working. Thank you.
Hello, I am Aditya Mishra and I am from class 6H and today I am going to demonstrate the water siphon experiment. Explain why and how does it happen. So, the apparatus required for this experiment are one transparent tube, two containers, container A and container B. Container A filled with two-thirds colored water and container B filled with one-third non-colored water. So now I am going to place container A higher than the level of container B and put one end of the transparent tube into container A. Now I am going to pull out all the air from the transparent tube so that a vacuum is created inside the tube. And because of the atmospheric pressure acting upon the water will be get pushed into the tube and to container B. Now I am gonna release my thumb in container B. Now you could see that slowly the water level in container B is increasing and its color is also slowly changing to blue. So you can observe in this experiment that water from container A to container B is transferred without using any energy than potential energy. And I hope everyone likes this experiment and tries it at home. Have a great day ahead.
Hello everyone, I, Anweshan from class 6H is going to do the experiment with the title Hot Water Floats on Cold Water. Do you know water at different densities at different temperatures? My experiment which I am going to demonstrate will help you understand the same. The aim of this experiment is to prove that hot water is less denser than cold water. The apparatus for this are two glasses filled with water, one with cold and one with hot, and some food color of two different colors. The procedure for this is we have to take the hot water, put a lid on it and turn it upside down over the cold water. For this, I'll request my mother to do it as the water is hot. So it was placed upside down and the lid was removed. As you can see, the water did not mix with the cold water. So was that magic? No, that was not magic. The hot water was less denser than cold water. So it floated on the cold water. So this was my experiment. Thank you.
My dear friends and respected teachers. Today I am going to do an experiment about zombie. The puppets used for me today are a metal spoon and a thread. First thing first, you need to tie them together as shown and then pull the ends and take it near your ears. Bang it on a hard surface, just like this. After you have banging, you are going to hear is a vibration at the end. A lot but a bit. But you are going to still hear it. That is because a wave. This is the wave. A wave is a disturbance that travels through space and matter, transferring energy from one place to another. Wavelength. This is a wavelength. Difference between two waves is the measured distance between two identical points on two back-to-back waves. Frequency. Frequency is a measure of how often that wave moves. Frequency is how often an event repeats itself over a set amount of time. In physics, the frequency of a wave is the number of wave crests that pass the wave point in 1 second. Equilibrium means the state of the body when all forces acting on the body are equal. So the body continues to be in its original state of motion. Vibration means the quickly moving back and forth or up and down about a point of equilibrium. Thank you.
Today I will do an experiment on water density with lemon. For this we need one bowl of salt, 2 lemons, 2 glasses filled with water. Now I put 1 lemon in this glass. What you can see, the lemon has been sinking. Now I add another glass. Add salt in this. Mix it well. Now it will obtain a salt solution. Now I will put another lemon and put in this. What you can see, the lemon is floating, while in this glass the lemon has been sinking. So it proves that in salty water the density of lemon has become less, while in common water the density of lemon has become. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am a therapinker from 6th Touch. Today I am going to show you how the lungs work. I have made this working model of lungs So friends, let me explain you what are lungs. Lungs are two conical and elastic bags. They are soft and spongy. Since they are very elastic, they stretch every time you breathe in and breathe out. Friends, let us see the mechanism of breathing. Human lungs lie in the chest cavity, which is bounded toward the lower side of the muscular partition called the diaphragm. The entire process of breathing can be split into two parts. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhalation. As the volume of the lungs increase, lungs expand. The diaphragm is pushed down and gets flattened. The chest cavity increases in the order of accommodate the enlarged lungs. It gets filled in the lungs. Exhalation. The diaphragm comes back to the original position, means the arc shape. Chest cavity reduces pressure and exerted on the lungs and they contract. Air is pushed out. So friends, hope you have enjoyed and have understood the function of the lungs through the working model of lungs. Thank you for watching my video.
Hello everyone. Today I am going to demonstrate an experiment about the electromagnetic motor, which is scientifically called the homopolar motor. For this experiment, you will need a cell, neodymium magnet, copper wire, plier. To start with this experiment, we need to bend the copper wire into interesting shapes with the help of the plier. I have bent it into a heart and a spiral. Then we must take the negative end of the battery and attach it to the neodymium magnets. Then we must take the shape and carefully place it on the battery. It starts to spin. Now we will test our heart shape. It is spinning again. So why does this happen? The electricity from the battery goes through the copper wire, and when the copper wire touches the magnet, it propels it to spin. This type of motor was invented by Michael Faraday. This is a clean energy. So, it can be used in electric cars and windmills. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Swara Thakur and today I am going to demonstrate to you liquid density experiment. Here I have three liquids, water, honey and oil. I am going to pour them one by one. Water, honey and oil. The honey sinks at the bottom because the density of it is the highest, whereas the oil floats at the top because the density of it is the lowest. Now let's try dropping different objects. Metal screw. It sinks at the bottom because the density of it is higher than the honey. Raisin. The raisin floats at the top of the honey because the density of it is lower than honey. Plastic clip. The plastic clip floats at the top of the layer of water because the density of it is lower than water. At last, sponge. The sponge floats at the top of the oil because the density of it is lower than oil. This concludes that different objects and liquids have different densities according to their properties. Thank you.
Hello friends, today I am going to do an experiment on turmeric as acid-base indicator. Turmeric is a natural indicator. It helps us to identify the nature of a liquid by changing its color. I am conducting this experiment to show you the acidic or basic nature of a liquid by using only and only turmeric solution. In this process, I have 3 containers containing turmeric solution, detergent solution and vinegar. Now, I will add some of the turmeric solution in detergent solution. Please observe. Now you see it has turned reddish brown. It has turned reddish brown because the detergent contains a base which is sodium hydroxide. Turmeric reacts with this base and gives out reddish brown color. This indicates that detergent is basic in nature. Now I will add some of the turmeric solution in vinegar. You see, it does not change its color. It remains yellow. It remains yellow because the turmeric does not react with the acid in vinegar. So it does not change its color. This means that vinegar is acidic in nature. My whole experiment was to tell you that turmeric is an acid-base indicator that tells us the nature of a liquid. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Shani Sonanis and I am from class 6th H. For Anweshan 2020, I am going to be making an electromagnet and also be telling how it works. So, to make the electromagnet, you will be needing a 3-inch long nail or iron rod, about 2 feet long thin coated copper wire, a fresh D-sized battery, some magnetic material or object and some masking tape. Now to get started, take your iron rod and your wire and start coiling a wire around the iron rod. The more coils you have on your iron rod, the more strength your electromagnet gets, and also try not to overlap your coils. Once the coiling is done, take out about a centimeter of the plastic coating from both the ends of the wire and let the small copper wire stick out. After that's done, take your T-sized battery and take the 2 ends of your wire and attach it to the 2 terminals of your battery using some masking tape. Once the taping is done, our electromagnet is ready. Now to test it out, lay your magnetic substance or object on the flat surface and try to attract it with the electromagnet. Our electromagnet is working. So our electromagnet works because the electricity flowing through the wire arranges the molecules in the nail in such a way that it attracts to certain magnetic substances. Now an electromagnet is one of the temporary magnet because it only works as long as the electricity is flowing through it. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Today I'll be presenting to you an experiment on the floating leaf. To start with, we will need 2 leaves, some ball pen ink and water. So first I am going to take this leaf and put it in the water. As you can see, it is just floating and not moving. Whereas if I take this leaf and put some ink on this at the end, and put it in the water, you can see it is moving forward slowly. It happens because of the surface tension. The ink has lower surface tension, which lowers the surface tension, the water, behind us, thus propelling the leaf forward. And this is called the Marangoni effect. As we talk about the Marangoni effect takes place when there is a gradient of surface tension at the interface between 2 phases. In most situations, a liquid-gas interface. The surface tension typically changes due to variations in solute concentration, surfactant concentration, and temperature variations along the interface. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kisha Srivastava from 6th H. The name of my experiment is refraction of light. The objective of the experiment is to demonstrate the refraction of light through water. The materials used for the experiment are some water, a glass, a pencil and a sheet of paper with arrows drawn on it. draw arrows on the sheet of paper like this. One at the top and one on the bottom. Now fill a glass with water. Now slide the paper behind the glass. It is appearing as the arrows have changed directions, demonstrating the refraction of light through water. Now let's see the same phenomena with a different experiment. Take a glass of water and fill it. Now take a pencil and put inside the water. It seems that the pencil is bent from where it enters the water, again demonstrating the refraction of light through water. Conclusion: through all these experiments, we can conclude that light refracts at an angle whenever it travels into different substance with different refractive index. When light travels from air into water, it slows down, causing it to change direction slightly. This characteristics of light is called as refraction of light. Thank you.
Hello to one and all. My name is Asmi Aniket Likhite and I'm from class 6L. My roll number is 25. Today I would be performing an experiment on photocopy machine in Anweshan. Aim of my experiment is to show how the photocopy machine works using the principle of xerography. The apparatus are as follows: a balloon, a dark colored paper, a black marking pen, a woolen glove, a tray filled with talcum powder. Now fill the balloon with air and mark X with a black marker. Now wear a woolen glove and rub the area where you have marked X with the glove. Now this area gets charged with static electricity. Now hold it above the tray and just roll it above the tray like this. Now when you look at the balloon, the charged portion of the balloon would have attracted to the talcum powder. Now rub it on the dark sheet of paper. The talcum powder gets transferred onto the dark paper. Conclusion: what do we learn from this experiment? A photocopy machine too has a charged surface called the photoreceptor drum. Like a balloon in our case, when the light is reflected from the document to the photoreceptor, the charge filters away in the areas which are exposed to the light. The toner ink or talcum powder in our case sticks only in the area which are charged, and the images from these areas are copied on the paper. This is how the photocopy is done. Thank you.
Good afternoon, one and all. I am Gianni from 6L. Today I am going to show you how to make a magnetic coin spinner. These are the things we need: scale, thread, magnet, coin and a straw. Now I will show you how to assemble it. I suspended the scale with the thread and stuck magnet on it and coins to it. Now I will show you how does it works. Magnet attracts ferromagnetic material like iron, nickel. Indian 1 rupee coin is made up of carbon, iron, chromium. Now I will show you how does the last coin spin. The distance between the magnet and the last coin is very large, so there is less attraction between both of them. Therefore, the friction between the second last coin and the last coin is very less. So the last coin spins when we blow it from the straw. Thank you.
Hello teachers and friends. Today I am
am going to show you an experiment which is called as magic writing. For this experiment, we will need an iron, a lemon, a knife, a earbud, a bowl and a piece of paper. Cut the lemon into half and squeeze it into the bowl. Now take an earbud and dip it into the bowl and write the message, any message you want to write. Now take the iron and gently move it on the piece of paper. Now, as you can see, the experiment has successfully worked. Thank you.
I'm Hiranya Bhar from class 6L. So, today I'm going to show you the experiment surface tension. So, let's start. For that experiment, we need a glass of water, some pepper and a hand wash and a toothpick. Okay, so let's start. So, I'll pour the glass of water in it, plate, and I'll sprinkle some pepper in it. After that, we can see that nothing is happening. So, I'll take a drop of hand wash. So, now you are able to see that the pepper is flowing to the edge of the water. So, by this experiment, we understand that the soap is breaking the surface tension of the water. Thank you.
Hello friends, this is Raivat Sheth from class 6L. I want to show you an experiment. See this. Whenever I am opening the tip of the bottle, the water comes out, and whenever I am closing the tip of the water stops. Last year we had learned properties of air, named air occupies space and air exerts pressure. Whenever I open the tip of the bottle, the outside air comes inside the bottle and exerts pressure. That's why the water inside the bottle comes out. Conclusion of the experiment is air occupies space and air exerts pressure. Thank you.
Respected teachers, I am Rajveer Singh from class 6L. My experiment is the floating needle, which shows presence of surface tension in the surface of water. Surface tension is the property of surface of liquid to resist external forces. In simple words, it is like an elastic membrane on the surface of water. For this experiment, we require a piece of tissue paper, soap, 2 needles and water. Now, when I put this needle in the water, it sinks because it is not getting supported by surface tension. But now, when I put this needle gently using a tissue paper, it is floating on the water since it is getting supported by surface tension. When I touch the water, nothing is happening to the needle. But when I insert a soapy finger in the water, the needle sinks because soap breaks the surface tension. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I Siddhant Banare from class 6L. I am going to perform the experiment magnetic fan. The materials you need are 2 magnets, 1 pencil, 1 fan and a scale. I stick the first magnet to the pencil and the fan, and I stick the second magnet to the scale. And this is how it goes.
Greetings all. I am Mrigank Agarwal and today I am going to show you my experiment for Anweshan. This is a nature-friendly air cooler and this only consists of a circuit connected to a fan, a plastic box with holes, indicators to show that air is coming out of the tube, and ice. I have put the ice inside the box. This circuit will work by rotating the fan. Now the produced air will go to the ice and cool down. Now the indicators will show air is coming out of the holes. Now we will see the circuit in motion. This is the process of condensation, and this, if used on a large scale, can help the community.
Dear Principal Madam, Mrs. Revati Srinivasan, Vice Principals, Heads, Coordinators, Grandparents, Parents and dear students, I, Arya Pandit, on behalf of the junior section, would like to thank you all for giving us an opportunity to explore and express our talents on a digital platform. An event like this cannot happen overnight. It requires planning and a bird's eye view for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated teachers who inspire us to be the better than the best. It's through curiosity and looking at opportunity in a new way that we have always mapped our path. Let these paths guide us to a new world of exploration. Dear Principal Madam, we are looking forward for such new and exciting ventures in near future. Thank you once again to one and all and have a safe stay. Thank you.